Morning everyone, here we are again, second day of the French Open. Overall pretty pleased with the predictions yesterday. Didn't necessarily make some of the trades all that easy. Just have a quick look at yesterday's results. Maybe one surprise in the men's. Start at the top, Cilic through easily enough. Papyrin expected that to be 4 or 5 sets, went to 4. Rude through easily. Dimitrov was 2 sets up against Tipsarevic. Tipsarevic then took the next 2 sets. That was a great lay if you managed to get on that one. Dimitrov sneaking through 6-4 in the 5th. Tsitsipas easy, Nishikori through. Cecchinato is probably the nearest we've got to a surprise yesterday in the men's. Losing in 5 sets to Mahou, really. Federer through, Schwartzman in 5, expected that to be close. Thought Ramos would take a set in that one. Arsa managed to set off Kohlschreiber. Not surprisingly, the third one. Players usually relax a little bit when they go 2 sets up. Mayer Vesely I thought would be closer. I did go for Mayer. And Goffin no problem with Berankis as expected. It was a little bit more interesting for the women. Kerber was clearly still struggling with her injury. I thought she'd be over that. She was competitive in the first set, came back from being a breakdown, but lost it in 2. Martic easy. Muguruza, one of the best trades of the day. She went down a set and looked to be struggling just at the start of the second, but took control of that one. Disappointed with Rybarikova. She did take the lead in the second set, but couldn't hang on. Larsen fighting well in that one. Kuznetsova was disappointing. Not a surprise that Kokova was played a strong match. It was tight in the first set, but Kuznetsova just ran out of steam. Siegmund fine. Second set was close in that one. I thought Perra would at least be able to get a set in that one. Bencic through easily. Mladenovic did well. No problems. Pliskova. That was an interesting one. Sorribes Tormo and Van Uytvanck. I thought Van Uytvanck might just nick it. Did get the 3 sets that was hoped for. Although the 6-1 in the first set forced me out, so I didn't make anything from that one. Venus, very frustrating. She hasn't played a lot of clay on the lead up to this tournament. She normally plays a tournament and does well before the French Open. Svitolina wasn't overly impressive on serve. Venus was terrible. And easy for Stevens. There's a couple of matches that were carried over. I just flipped to days that didn't manage to get finished. Where are we? Brady and Jurovic went to 3. This stopped play then, presumably for lack of light. Herzog was a breakdown in all 3 sets there. They're currently 3-all in the decider. So I was pretty happy with the overall predictions. Obviously depended which matches you chose and where you entered the matches. Okay, so normally what I do for the first round of slams is I'll be very selective with the matches that I trade personally, because I need to work in doing the research, creating the trading advice email. Didn't really do that yesterday. I tried to trade more than normal. Then realised there are 56 matches on Monday. So I was up until about 1 o'clock, 1:15, researching the matches. Managed to get 40 done. Back up again at 6 a.m. this morning. So I am bright as a button today. Yeah.
This guy is fucking stupid!
Okay, so I've managed the first 40. I did 20 of the women, 20 of the men. Just leaves 8 on each side. I'm going to go through the ones that I've done and then take a quick look at the 8 that I've still to do and see if there's any value in those. Start with the men's. I think this first one actually could be a decent match. Basilashvili and Londero. Stats actually favour Londero. Let me just have a look. Overall results are close, but favour Londero. His clay results are also a little better. So he's certainly going to be competitive. Basilashvili is top 20. But I think he's going to have some problems today. So I'm looking to lay him round about 1.4 and remove the liability at 1.8. Londero is going to take at least a set there, and it could be 4 or 5 sets. This one, let's have a look. Carino Busta and Sousa. Trying to remember from last night. Busta's lost all 5 of his clay matches this year. He's got quite a decent record in the French Open. 3rd round last year, quarterfinals in 2017. Not in the best form at the minute. In the last 12 months, his rankings dropped from 11 to 56. Sousa reached the 2nd round in the last... No, he didn't play last year. Did he play last year? I went out in the first. But he made the 2nd round in 2017, 2016 and 2015. Expect a long match in that one. Probably lay the first set winner. Not a great price on Medvedev there. That should be tight though. I expect Herbert to take a set. Probably look to back Medvedev. Jesus, lack of sleep. Mouth won't work. Medvedev if he loses the first set. Cech is going to be easy. Winner in that one. Krajinovic a little bit low at 154 against TFO. Let me see. Both have a poor record at the French Open. Overall results strongly favour Krajinovic, although TFO has reached the quarterfinals in Estoril and 3rd round in Madrid, so he's no mug on the clay. Probably look for Krajinovic around about 1.8. Mute is the favourite for that one. I think he's correctly the favourite, but it's not going to be easy. Vatutin's going to take at least a set in that one. I think he came through, yes he did, he came through the qualifying rounds. Should be a decent match. No value there, no value on Nadal, obviously. Let me look at this one. I think Madden is going to need at least 4 sets in that one. Not a great price to start off, but certainly worth backing him if he gets broken first. But I would also lay him if he if he himself breaks first. So basically, lay after the first break. I need sleep. Gasquet, that's a tricky one. Zverev's in awful form, has been for months. Gasquet back from injury but pulled out. Withdrew from Lyon last week. Is he fit enough to compete? Can he get through 3 sets? I think it's worth a low liability lay at 115. There's a chance he's going to retire. Hopefully he can lose the first set if he is struggling. You can't be backing him when he's pulled out last week. He's not played much tennis this year. He would need to go at least a set down before it was a backable price. And if he's going to set down against Zverev, he's probably going to lose or pull out. So just be careful of that one. Low lay if you want to get involved. Pella's way too low in that one there. Worth backing him if he loses the first. Nothing special there. Simon too low, but it's 5-0 head-to-head against Stakowski. Yeah, Songa too low there. He needs to lose the first set before we get involved. Djokovic, no value. Harrison Rosol could be an interesting one. Certainly expect Rosol to take a set. He lost in the qualifying rounds, I believe. Yes, he did. A slight edge to Harris. I'd be looking for about 1.9 before I got involved on Harris. Laxonen and Patero, another close one. At least 4 sets. No value on Munar at that price, worth backing if he loses a set, which there's a fair chance he will actually there. Pair should be comfortable. Wawrinka should be, but obviously we won't be backing at that price. He's difficult to read this year. So he's not played a huge amount of tennis. Surely he's going to be motivated for this one. He should come through in straight sets. And the only one from the 8 that I haven't done is the Shardy-Edmund match. Long match expected there. Shardy's going to take at least a set. Edmund hasn't been at his best, but seems to like conditions at the French Open. I would tend to favour Edmund in that one. Certainly want to be backing above evens, and preferably around about 2.2. Let's hope Charlie makes a quick start to that one. And towards the bottom there, Shapovalov and Struff. Got to favour the German on that one, but Shap's going to make a match of it, definitely. Clay stats strongly favour the German. Probably 1.85 or better before I get involved in that one. So that's the men's. Flick over to the ladies. I don't actually remember writing half of these last night. A very long night. Let's have a look. Davis starts as underdog against lefty Pliskova. She's won all 3 of the previous matches. She's actually got stronger clay results. Although her best results, Davis's best results were in ITFs this year. Good chance of 3 sets in that one. I've got to give the slight edge to Davis. Lay Pliskova around, excuse me, 1.55 and remove the liability roundabout evens. Another 3-setter expected, Kanepi and Guegues, head-to-head 3-3. Most recent was on a hard court, that was in March this year, Guegues in 3. They've only played once on clay, it was back in 2011, not sure how relevant that is. Kanepi hasn't won a main draw French Open match since 2013. Goege's reached the third round last year. She's been a little bit inconsistent this season. Still top 20 player. I'll be laying the first set winner in that one. Values on Kanepi. Tough to pick a winner. Konta should be comfortable if she continues a recent form. No value at that price. She needs to lose the first set before I'll get involved there. Cornet, a decent price at that one. She's starts as underdog. Obviously, the local player. She's going to have a lot of support from the crowd. She does tend to lift herself a little bit. She did lose in the second round last year, but made the fourth round in 2017, third round in 2016, and fourth round in 2015. So she can perform well at this tournament. Definite value on her to take at least a set. Lay Kuzmova around 1.45, take out some liability at 1.9. Burton should be comfortable. Many people tipping her to take the title. Not sure about that, but she should certainly get to the second week. Wozniacki, tricky one. She's obviously got some injury issues. The clay results are quite even in the last 12 months and also this year. She reached the fourth round last year, quarterfinals in 2017. This is Kudermetova's first time in the main draw. Wozniacki retired in Madrid and then retired again in Rome the following week. She had a couple of weeks to get over whatever the problem was. It's a tricky one. It's a tempting price to get in there. What I'm going to be doing is backing her around about 1.8 and hoping she doesn't retire before she's won the first set. I think if we get in at 1.8 and she does get a break, I'm going to be looking to take out a big chunk of the liability there just in case. It's just the tempting price is dragging me into that one. Kvitova should be comfortable in that one. Bekic is too low but should win. Back her if she loses the first set. No value on Dias, obviously at that price. Sevastova, very comfortable against Kumkum. Pavlyuchenkova. Let me remind myself of that one. Manella was strong on clay over the last 12 months. Both players have only won half their clay matches this season. Pavlyuchenkova has only lost once in the first round of the French Open, which was to Safarova in 2015. She lost that one in 2 tie breaks. Manella's never won a main draw match at the French Open. Pavlyuchenkova has been very inconsistent this year. I'm going to give her the edge in this one. I need at least 1.75, 1.8 before I even think about putting money on that one. That could be an interesting match. Sharma's been going well. She won their only match, which was in April, so not long ago. That went to 3 sets. Overall results, favour her in the last 12 months and this year. Very inexperienced on clay, but has done really well on the surface since she turned pro. 9 wins from 13 matches. Rogers should be competitive. She's had some decent performances recently without getting too many results out of those performances. 1.85 on Sharma will get my interest. Chance of 3 sets, Zhang and Lepchenko. Lepchenko has stronger clay results. She's won 8 of the last 10, and she's come through the qualifying rounds. Zhang actually has the better French Open results in more recent years. Chance of 3 sets. Got to favour Lepchenko for that one. Zidansek, is she going to be fresh enough, having reached the final in Nuremberg last week? There's got to be some fatigue there. She's not had much chance to recover. Mertens just hasn't been in great form. Market certainly thinks Mertens going to take it. She has performed well at the French Open. 4th round last year, 3rd round in 2017. Decent chance of 3 sets. Well, definite value on Zidansek. Just really the fatigue we've got to be careful of there. I'd be looking to lay Mertens, I think, first, round about 1.35, take out some liability at 1.7. Putin-Saver looks favourite for that one. Sets should be tight. Putin-Saver's clay results have been stronger this year. She's got the higher ROI as well. Back around about 1.9. Yastremska, another player who did well last week. Suarez Navarro's actually got a pretty good record at the French Open. In fact, a 2nd round loss last year was her worst for the last 7 years. Good chance of 3 sets in that one. Yastremska's first time at the French Open, obviously wants to do well. Whether her body is up to a tough match today, she could well run out of steam if it does go to 3. So some value on Suarez Navarro there. She's not been that consistent this year, but does seem to like conditions in Paris. I think Zvonareva going to struggle in that one. What did I say? Yeah, good chance of 3 sets in this one. The stats are favouring Bolsova. And the 20th match on the ladies got to favour Collins there. She tends, well, certainly in the last 12 months or so, she lifts herself for the slams. She has won both their previous matches. Never met on clay, though. Maria has a terrible record on clay. Won 1 of 7 in the last 12 months and 2 of the last 10. Just back Collins if she gets broken first. So the 8 remaining matches that I haven't been through. Let me look. Favourites looking good. Kenin there isn't great on clay. I think that's going to be close. Certainly worth a lay on her, probably around about 1.2. Take some liability out 1.4. Say and Golubik, good chance of 3 sets there. Say starts as favourite. I'll be looking to lay her around about 1.25 to 1.3. There's got to be some value in that one. Nara should come through that one. I'm going to want a better price, 1.8-ish. Risk, not great on clay. Petkovic. Was she injured? Was it last week, the week before? Didn't perform well, but she has the better clay stats. And again, 1.8, 1.9. Strichkova and Stos is probably going to be 3. 2 complete basket cases. Never really know what you're going to get from them. Strichkova should come through, but nothing certain in that one. Good chance of 3 sets. And Serena should get through in 2 in the last match of the day. I think that's it for today. Again, it's a good day in the chat room yesterday. That's free to everyone. There's a link on the blog homepage. And fingers crossed, I will see you tomorrow.